Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Hope everybody had a blessed night's sleep. I know I needed it, man. I slept heavy. Had an awesome Torah talk time last night, and I got into some pretty good topics. One of the things that were brought up was about, like all the Christians that are being killed and everything. I think, it's kind of fitting for what today's chapter is. We are on day 59, Psalm 59. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Another Psalm of David talking about when Saul sent men and they watched the house in order to kill him. So David says, "Deliver me from my enemies, O my Yah. Defend me from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloodthirsty men. For look, they lie in wait for my life. The mighty gather against me. Not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Yehovah, they run and prepare themselves through no fault of mine. Awake to help me. Behold, you therefore, O Yehovah Tzvaot, the El of Israel. Awake to punish all the nations. Do not be merciful to any wicked transgressors. At evening they return. They growl like a dog and go all around the city. Indeed, they belch with their mouth, swords are in their lips, for they say, Who hears? But you, O Yehovah, shall laugh at them. You shall have all the nations in derision. I will wait for you, O you, his strength, for El is my defense. My Yah of mercy shall come to meet me. Elohim shall let me see my desire on my enemies. Do not slay them, lest my people forget. Scatter them by your power and bring them down, O Yehovah our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, and for the cursing and lying which they speak. Consume them in wrath. Consume them, that they may not be, and let them know that Elohim rules in Yaakov to the ends of the earth. And at evening they return. They growl like a dog and go all around the city. They wander up and down for food and howl if they are not satisfied. But I will sing of your power. Yes, I will sing aloud of your mercy in the morning. For you have been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble. So you, O my strength, I will sing praises. For Yah is my defense, my Elohim of mercy." I mean, there's not really much to expound on this one. It's much like what we got into yesterday. But it's the same thing of understanding, because it's so easy for us to forget. There's a scripture verse that talks about a man who looks in the mirror at himself and sees himself, and as soon as he turns and walks away, he forgets what he looks like. There's a lot of ways you can get understanding out of what that scripture means. We when we're reading scripture, we're in prayer, then we tend, it's like we look upon Yah, and we trust in him and stuff. But when we turn and we go about our life and we go about our day, we tend to forget about that power and authority that's watching over us. And we start looking at all the physical around us. And we do what Kepha did, Peter, when he saw Yeshua walking across the water, and he said, who are you? And he said, I am Yeshua. And he said, if you are, then tell me to come to you. And I still, to this day, I'm always like, why would, of all things to say to him, why did he say that? Why did he tell him to come to him, to tell him to come to him? But so Yeshua said, come. And Peter got out of the boat, and he's looking at Messiah, and he's walking on water. But as soon as he took his eyes off of him and was noticing the waves and everything around him, he started doubting, and he started sinking. And then he cried out for Yah to save him from drowning. we do the same thing with our enemies of this world, with everything that we fight against, not against flesh and blood, even though we look at that. No matter who hates you, no matter who comes against you, they're not the one that's coming after you. If you are of Yah, we know that it is the spirit of the enemy, the spirit of Satan, that is coming against you through them, because Satan wants to do anything he can to break your faith, to weaken you, to destroy you, to turn you away from Yah, to get you to give up, or to just flat out destroy you if he thinks he can get away with it. And so we look at our enemies and we tend to be afraid and be fearful. But yet David, he makes it clear again and again, over and over, Yehovah, you will deliver me, you will avenge me, you will punish my enemies and those who come against me, because David knew that he was Yah's anointed. And here's the key thing, is you believing that you belong to Yah. If you believe you belong to him, then it's going to be stronger for you and better for you to be able to believe that he will fight for you. A lot of people who claim to be believers and stuff like that struggle with believing that they actually belong to Yah. They have, because our society, our world has taught us that we are worthless or no good or whatever. Even those who are all about self and self-preservation and stuff, it's all a facade. It's all a surface makeup kind of thing. But the overall mentality in this country, in the world, is we're worthless and no good. Yah didn't create worthless and no good. He created an amazing creation that he loves and wants to be with, and wants them to be with him. And if you can change your thinking, your mentality, change the way you think that Yah does want you, that you mean something to him, that you belong to him, then it's going to be stronger in your prayers and in your faith that Yah will deliver you from those who come against you, persecute you, hate you, and whatever the situation may be, even those who in one day will seek our life. Or if we ever go somewhere to do ministry, that there will be places where people would actually seek our life. And so we have to trust and know that we belong to Yah. If you are doing everything you can to walk in his ways, to walk in obedience to him, you pray to him, you cry out to him, you seek after him, not for personal gain, but for your relationship with him, then you have the assurance to be able to stand in belief like David did, to be strong in that, and be able to speak to Yah and say, deliver me from my enemies. Take care of them, Abba. Deal with them and punish them for what they are coming against your daughter or your son and how they're treating me. But he also says, have mercy. So, Mishpachah, today, as you go throughout Shabbat, think upon and pray upon asking God to help you believe more that you really belong to him, and that he will protect you, he will deliver you, and that your faith be strong in that. Amen. So this afternoon, we'll have the live message sermon from Shabbat service. But I hope you have an awesome and blessed Shabbat, Mishpachah. May you just be filled and covered with the Ruach HaKodesh, and may your whole day, may it be set apart unto him and him alone. May nothing distract you from that personal time with your Messiah. May you be blessed. Shabbat shalom. Shalom, shalom.